Greetings. I'm Dr. Douglas Johnson. You might be wondering why a school in Singapore is called the American Center for Education. The answer is that our school was developed in collaboration with American universities to bring the American system of higher education to Asian students in Singapore. All of our programs are based on curriculum from American universities, and we use the American system of higher education that is world-renowned.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new student orientation of American Center for Education. I am Dr. Joan V. Llanos. I am the academic manager, and I'm here to welcome you all, both new and old students alike. This is for the new students as well as for the old students as a refresher to remind them of their responsibilities and the information that they need to know and be aware of about American Center for Education. So let's start. Okay, I am going to share with you quite a number of things that you should be able to know about your school, right? And I'm very sure that you are excited to know what is American Center all about, American Center for Education. So we are going to talk about the vision, mission, and core values, the programs of ACE, facilities and equipment, your lecturers, and everything else that you want to know, including the student support services, the academic part, and even about Singapore. And of course, we will also be sharing with you the activities and the success stories of our students who graduated from American Center for Education. So let's start the ball rolling. Let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, so what is American Center for Education? You must have heard of American Center for Education before you came to Singapore, right? Yes, and so today we will share with you a little background of what American Center for Education is. So we are a higher education provider in Singapore, and we have been collaborating with big university in the United States of America. And that's why Our name is American Center for Education because of our collaboration with our university partners from the US, particularly the University of Wisconsin System. All right? So that was way back in 2007. So you know how old is American Center for Education now. All right? Right? And then we are able to give, as a school, we are able to give both the local and international perspective to our students, right? So we give you a taste of Singapore. At the same time, we give you that opportunity to go outside of Singapore and overseas for your further education if you wish to continue your education after you have finished your program at ACE, okay? So us being here in Singapore is actually a very good opportunity for you to have a good feel and experience of what is this like to live in a smart city like Singapore that offers the best, number one, international school, international airport all over the world, right? Yes. And the security and safety in Singapore is also very good, right? We don't feel that fear when we go out, right? Any time of the day or night. And of course, Singapore is an education hub. The vision, mission, and core values of American Center for Education is what makes ACE what it is today and where it will be going to in the future. All right? So if we talk about vision, this is something that we work hard for, that we strive to achieve and to give to our dear students like you. All right? So what is our vision? Our vision is to offer a model of excellence in higher education in Asia, producing students who are well prepared to succeed in their future endeavors. Whatever your plans may be in the future, we want to be a part of it. We want to be your platform for you to be able to see the world, experience the best in the world, right? So that's what we try to bring you when you come here and study at American Center for Education. How are we going to do that? How are we going to achieve the vision of the school? How? Through our mission, which is to provide our students with a world-class education and an open-minded global perspective in an inclusive learning environment. Open-minded, global perspective in an inclusive learning environment. So when we say global perspective, we are looking at the whole world. When you come to Singapore and study, you are not just learning about the culture and the programs within your study. You're also learning different kinds of culture and different perspectives because of our lecturers who are industry experts, highly qualified. And they bring to the classroom what they know from their experience outside. And that gives you the global perspective. Our materials, your classmates, they're all coming from different parts of Asia, right? Okay, having different kind of cultural beliefs, traditions, etc. So when you get to meet new people, we have here actually from Korea, we have somebody from China. Not somebody, but a number of students from China. And also from India, but India, you all come from different places in India, from different states in India. And therefore, coming from having different cultural background, ethnicity, beliefs, traditions, religion. And that gives us the global perspective. And that allows us to be open-minded, right? When we go out of our comfort zone, when we step out of our house, our homes, we are introduced to these kinds of what? different people, different behavior, different industries. And that's why it is an opportunity for you to be a great privilege for you to be able to study here at American Center for Education for all these kinds of benefits, right? We strive to give that to you through our core values. And our core values: integrity, academic excellence, inclusiveness, and continuous improvement. So when we say integrity, whether somebody is looking or not, we try to do things right. And we try to make things right. Okay? When you talk about academic excellence, we do not settle for anything less. When we talk about lecturers, our lecturers are industry experts. They are highly qualified. Not only are they trained in their respective fields of specialization, they also have with them the richness of experience over the years of teaching. Different people, different countries. Like, for example, our English teacher, she has been teaching all her life and in many different places in Asia, Cambodia, Vietnam. Okay? And then she brings it to the classroom, the richness of her experience. Okay? So that is a good experience for all of us to enjoy, right? And of course, inclusiveness. Inclusiveness because our students, like I mentioned earlier, come from different parts of Asia, okay? And hopefully we can invite more, we can attract more students coming from other parts of the globe, not just in Asia, right? So this is an opportunity again for you to be able to meet different people from all walks of life, from having different nationalities, okay? And of course, continuous improvement. Like we mentioned, we do not sit down and be contented. We want to improve. We want to continually improve ourselves. And that is why we welcome feedback. We welcome comments, suggestions, recommendations in order for ACE to serve our students better. Okay? And in the end, make our students happy customers so that when they go outside, when they finish their program, you are able to also share something to your friends and families when you go back home. Right? Okay, let's move on. So, what is the ACE culture? Everywhere we go, there is always that culture that we adapt, we adjust to. So, what is the culture of American Center for Education? I'd like to highlight to you the following lifelong learning culture. That is the culture that we want every one of you to imbibe, to experience, and eventually become a part of you, so that wherever you go, whatever you do, you are always an American Center for Education student. When you go out of your school, your home, you are not just Ubi, you are not just Soyon, you are a student of American Center for Education. And what kind of an American Center for Education student are you? So if somebody asks you, well, if I study in American Center for Education, what would I experience? Immediately, what should come into your mind is this: you will experience a lifelong learning culture. So, what do you mean by lifelong learning culture? You are not just learning now. What you are learning now, what you are learning today, you will take it with you for the rest of your lives. Wherever you go, whoever you are with, whatever you do. So whatever you are studying right now, it will not only take you to the next level, to the next chapter of your lives, but it will also enrich you as persons, as individuals, not just as students. So that is what you mean by lifelong learning culture. Okay? And we want all of you to know that you, as our most important stakeholder, you want you to experience the best. Okay? While you are here in Singapore. Let's go next. This I may share with you our registration. Okay? We call it the Enhanced Registration Framework. We are registered with the CPE. Okay? Next, please. Some of the students get lost on their way before, when they first joined ACE. It's easy to find? Yeah. Yes, very good. We are easy to find. Okay, thank you. We are not standing alone. We are standing with the help of our partners. And who are our partners? They are these universities in the US of A, United States of America, namely the Broward College, University of Albany, University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee, University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire, and University of Florida. So these are our partners in education. Continually improving yourself by furthering your studies, you might want to join any of these colleges or universities. Okay? Yeah, next, please. Okay? But these programs, we thought through what to offer. What is the demand of the market right now? What is most appealing to the students, to the market? Okay? And these programs, are these programs going to change the lives of our students? Are these programs going to enrich our students? Are these programs going to make our students reach their fullest potential? And that is why we offer the following programs. We have hospitality management. So we have diploma all the way up to the postgraduate diploma. And we also have the American General Education diploma. Okay? This one is a general course that prepares you for whatever course or program you may wish to progress to later on. So this prepares, because the program is developed in such a way that the learner is able to learn some things that prepares the learner to move on to a more specialized field or course later on. We also have the Chinese studies, as well as the preparatory courses for O-level and the general or government primary 2 to 5 and secondary 1 to 3. We actually have these things. And of course, we have the certificate in English, language enhancement course, those who want to improve in their language proficiency, we have that. Or prepare you to take on placement tests or English tests, okay, to bring you to universities or colleges overseas. We have that course to prepare you, okay? We also have preparatory courses for, just as I mentioned, IELTS and TOEFL. You are familiar with this, right? And certificate in English, advanced, intermediate, basic level. We have actually the students of this class here today with us. Yes. All right. And because of these programs, we are able to bring our students closer to their dreams. Okay. The education, this is what we plan. This is the plan that we chart out for our students. And we want our students to take a look at this and think, how am I going to plan for my future. Okay, so after ACE or after you have passed your O-level or A-levels, your 12 years of in high school, you are now going to, currently you are here at ACE, right? So you may be doing hospitality, you may be doing business administration, or you may be doing IT management. Whichever that might be, this is the process of going to our university partners. Later on, if you believe you have it in you to further your studies overseas, we have the platform prepared for you. Okay? So, we can study from Singapore, you can study in Australia, or UK, or US, or Canada for a bachelor's degree. And then we can also help you to study in all of these places, provided that you are able to meet the requirements. All right? So this is the plan. This is your plan. This could be your plan in order for you to, what was our culture again? Lifelong experience, make you see the global perspective. Okay? So ACE gives you that opportunity. Let's go to the next page. Next slide, please. All right. So we are now going to introduce to you the Academic Board and Examination Board. Okay? ACE is able to do everything when you talk about academics because we are guided by the Academic Board and the Examination Board. So who are these people? Our Academic Board chairperson is currently in the US. He is Dr. Douglas Johnson, and the members are Dr. Robert Baker, who is also in the US. And then myself, yours truly, Dr. Joan Llanos. I am at your service as your academic manager. I sit in the academic board as well. And then we have the Lim Ki Chong Chris, one of our members, and Dr. Fu Chek Fok, one of our members as well. Now, who are the members of the examination board? I chair the board, and the members are Dr. Chan, Mr. Lim, Miss Shanti Sikar, and Dr. Fu. Okay? Miss Shanti is also one of our lecturers. She has been one of our senior lecturers in ACE. So what do we do as the academic board and the examination board? Mainly, we oversee the academic area of the school, American Center for Education. We oversee the academic part, meaning to say that everything that we offer, everything that we do in the classroom, outside of the classroom, where you talk about academic, it's these boards that will approve. Particularly about your grades. Do you know, right? You know, right, that your grades, after your lecturers mark your papers and everything, they submit the necessary documents to our office. Our office prepares these documents to be sent to the examination board for approval. So, it's the examination board that approves your grades and your appeals. Okay? And so, therefore, everything that we do, we have to make sure that the academic board and the examination board knows. Know. All right? Okay, so now you meet them. Next slide, please. Finally, our faculty and staff. We actually have quite a number of faculty and staff, but some of them are quite busy now. So I would like to introduce to you the two dear lecturers that we have. May I welcome to the front Mr. Siva Balu. He is our lecturer for hospitality and management. hospitality management, tourism, and business administration. He has his master's degree and a rich experience in his field. Okay? And you know him because he is also your lecturer. And you love him, right? Yes. Okay. And now we welcome to you our expert in the English department, Miss Sheila David. Miss Sheila has also been with us for quite a while now, and she's taking care of our dear English students who want to improve in their language proficiency, and they're actually here with us today. Okay, so our lecturers, they are our dear partners. Why are they our dear partners? Because they make it a reality. They turn whatever you learn from your textbooks, from the videos that they show you, from everything that you are learning here, you are learning from them. They are translating whatever is from the textbook, whatever is from their experience, share it with you so that you will be enriched. And that is a very critical role to play. So they do not just teach, they are actually hand-holding all our students, right? For every question, every concern, they are there for you. So do not fret, do not be afraid, they are our partners. And in school, they are our parents as well, right? And they take us, hand-hold us to where we want to be. So any questions you have, any concerns you have, you can always approach our lecturers. And they are always ready to help you, right? So we would like to thank them for coming this morning and being with us so that you know them and you get to know them better. So whenever you see them in the streets or maybe in the school, of course, then you know that they are our lecturers. So once again, a big hand of applause for our lecturers. Thank you, Mr. Siva and Miss David. Okay, and we still have some more. But like I said, you will meet them probably in other modules that you will be having. Okay, so we have Miss Junbei, Miss Shanti. Next month, I think Miss Shanti will be your lecturers. Student support services. I would like to pass the floor to our dear Miss Pauline of the Student Support Services Department to share with you what her department is all about. Let's give a big hand of applause to Miss Pauline.
Ma'am, you know, my student pass is expiring and then I need urgent, you know, that kind of thing. Remember? That one is a student service request that you always will request from me, remember? Bank letter, remember? Bank letter? Want to open an account, then you need bank letter? Yeah, okay. Then sometimes also you will request from like leave, right? Leave. Yeah. Okay, so basically under me is all the services you all need lah, right?
You know that counseling with students, especially for attendance, we have that. Academic also, we have that. Now we also advise you for any other important details such as credit transfer, this one, the orientation we have conducted. If you need airport pickup for those who are new like that, we can arrange for that as well. We also give you assistance for renewing your student pass, of course the application entry, and of course we are going to be able to assist you with your career guidance, which we have just recently also given to the students who are finishing or graduating. Okay?
Okay, for the student advisory note and student contract, all of you know before when after you get the approval from the ICA, then we will send you the contract copy. After you sign the contract and later you proceed for the fees. It contains like advisory note, you need to be signed first. Then students are required to sign the 2 copies. one copy for the school, another copy for the contract is for you. All of you have the contract copy, right? Yes, sir. Yeah, student contract. Next slide. The Fees Protection Scheme, FPS. Whatever amount you pay the school, the course fees is stated in the student contract. After you paid the fees, we need to buy the FPS. FPS, your fees is protected by the school. The Fees Protection Scheme under the insurance scheme serves to protect students' course fees in the event a private education institution is unable to continue operating due to insolvency and or regulatory closure. Anything happen to the college, your fees will be secure. If college will be closed down or anything happen, your whatever amount you paid, the fees you will use secure. Like supposed to be you study only 3 modules. If 3 modules are left, that fees is be refundable or they need to teach you the full course. Okay? That's the FPS. The medical insurance. Every student, those are registered in the private education in Singapore, they are covered with the 20,000 of the medical insurance. If is covered for the 24 hours, like any country you go, is valid the medical insurance. If any accident happen or anything, you go to hospitalize, they will be covered for 20,000. Okay? If anything happen, you need to inform to school immediately. They will guide you, like which way you go and what's the insurance company, they will be covered for you.
Before coming to Singapore, you would have known all those things already because of your recruitment agent. So the contract, the course, the modules, the programs that you are supposed to be taking, you already have an idea, right? So when you come to Singapore, when you come to ACE, you already know what are the modules you are taking, and because we give you the timetable, then you would know when is the schedule, who is the lecturer, when is the final exam, etc. When you sign the contract, you would have read the contract and understood the contract, right? And you would have paid the fees only directly to the school. You cannot and you should not pay to anyone except the school itself, direct to the school bank account, right? We have to keep reminding our students that, because no one at ACE or any other school is supposed to receive your fees. You can only directly pay the school bank account. This is a reminder to everyone. Huh? You cannot just give your money to anyone, even if he says he is a representative of ACE, because that's not correct. That's not right. All your fees must go directly to the school bank account, okay? You are going to submit your application before we process any transfer processes, okay? So we review the transfer on a case-to-case basis, all right? And then you are going to submit your application and we will process it in 4 weeks' time, all right? And then, of course, once we go over your details, your reasons for transfer, etc., we will give you our advice, okay? And then we will also be able to approve it if the reason is, of course, valid. For successful students who want to transfer, we will be able to we will terminate the contract, of course, and you would be required to submit or surrender your student pass. That's very important. Okay, when you withdraw or you do not want to continue anymore. Okay, and then, but of course, I have to highlight to you, any decision that you will do, if you want to discontinue your education, it is not a guarantee that your student pass will be renewed. Why? Because it is not the school that will approve the renewal of your pass. The school will only help to process the renewal of your student pass. But who will approve? Very good. It's the ICA that will approve your student pass. You have to, your unused course fees might be used to offset for your new course fees. This is to transfer you to another course. Okay? For example, you are doing hospitality management now. Later you decide, I want to do IT. Can I do that, ma'am? Yes, you can do that. Okay? But it's a case-to-case basis. We have to look at your records. And we want to find out why you want to move. So whatever fees remaining you have, unused, we will transfer it to your new course within ACE. This one is very important that you have to know. Deferment is when you have to, there is a very valid reason. What kind of reason? For example, there is medical reason. There is a death in the family. You need to go back to your home country. Therefore, you need to pause. Take a pause. You know, pause, right? You stop for a while. Okay? But this one, when you apply for leave, when you apply for deferment, all requests must be submitted with proper documentation. Okay? So for example, your reason for deferment is medical. You are sick, or somebody in the family is sick and needs your help. You need to go back home. What do you need to submit? You need to submit medical certificate or doctor's advice or your medical history to show that you really are suffering from some form of illness and that you need to go back home for treatment. Okay? So deferment is just a pause. 1 module or 2 modules. And your fees are intact. Your fees will not be affected. Why? Because your reason for deferment is valid. And the school approves that. But you have to, like I mentioned, submit the proper documentation. You do not submit the proper documentation, your application will not be approved. Okay? This is all going to be approved by the management. Therefore, it takes a certain number of time, period of time. Okay? So, the deferment process will take a maximum of 4 weeks. Therefore, your application should be 2 weeks in advance. Huh? You cannot say, oh, I am going to get sick tomorrow. I will take a leave. Can you do that? You can't do that. So for example, if you have been suffering, no, for 2 weeks now or for 3 weeks now, you have to advise the school. You get a form, you fill up the form, student request, and or approach our counter, Miss Pauline, and then you express your intention, your concern. Then, if we find that your reason is valid, we will ask you to fill up the form for the deferment. But this one, you have to do how many days in advance? 4 weeks. At least 2 weeks in advance, the application. Because the processing takes 4 weeks at least. You understand what I'm saying? So, deferment is, you will have to pause a little bit. You need time because you need to go back, something you need to do. You have to also show your tickets. One of the very important documents that you need to submit is your air ticket. The flying out and the flying in. You understand? If you are not able to submit these documents, we will not process your deferment. And this will affect your attendance. Okay? Is everything clear? Yes? Especially for the new students? Yes? Old students, you know this already. So, this is just a reminder. Okay? If you don't observe proper protocol for this one, it will affect your fees and your attendance, and therefore, you might fail your module. You might fail your course. Let's move on. Okay, withdrawal policy. You don't want to continue the course anymore. You don't want to transfer, you don't want a deferment. You want to withdraw. Withdrawal means that you will discontinue your program. For example, you are already in your 2 months at ACE, 3 months, we have to find out your reason for withdrawal. Okay? You have to talk to us. We have to know, and if we find your reason valid again, we will process your withdrawal. But you have to understand that you have to bear in mind, students less than 18 years old, the minor students, but most of you all already adults. So this one is only for the minors. They will have to get their guardian signature. Cannot just anyhow decide to stop. But all of you do not need your parents' consent anymore because you are all adults, right? Can I take my money back, ma'am, if I decide to withdraw? Can you? You can only take your money if you are eligible. Later, we will find out. When can you take your money? How much money can you take? Okay? Student's contract will be terminated. Once you decide to withdraw and we approve your withdrawal, your student contract will be terminated, your student pass will be surrendered. You will have to give your student pass back. International students will be canceled. Bank guarantor sponsored by ACE will also be terminated or abandoned. And of course, you have to leave Singapore immediately. That's a Singapore law. See here, we process in 7 days. However, you have to make sure that you know when you are eligible for refund. Srini, let's go on. The refund is that there is a certain time that you have to make sure that you are eligible for refund. If the classes have not yet started, okay, that's 28 days before the lessons have started, you are eligible for the 90% refund. Okay? Once your program have started, can you still withdraw? Yes, you can. But can you take your money? No more. Once the lessons have started, you cannot anymore take your money back. Expulsion policies. What is expulsion? Dismissal. Anything you do against the school's policies, you will face dismissal or expulsion. When we say dismissal, we don't want you here anymore. This is very important, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we have to know your graduation award criteria. You have to know your timetable. Your timetable you already know, right? Okay, and then module syllabus and outline, attendance, academic integrity, assessment, etc. So we graduate, what do you need to do? Pass all your modules. Pass all your assignments. Your midterm exam. Your final exam. Your teacher will be on the first day. Will show you your module syllabus, right? So in the syllabus, all the contents of your lessons will be showed, will be shared together with your learning materials, right? Next. I mentioned 90% is required by ICA. Required by the school for you to sit for the exam is 75. Below 75, you will not be allowed to sit for exam anymore. If you want your attendance to be perfect, you should not be absent, you should not be late. If you will be absent because you are not feeling well, give. What are you going to give? MC. Very good. And MC must be valid. Cannot just copy all kind of, huh? Okay. And then lecturers take your attendance and of course verified by our student support. If you come late for 3 days, that is equivalent to 1 absence already. I have to remind you and I have to inform the new students. If you come late for 3 times, that is already equivalent to 1 absence. So bear that in mind. Cannot be late. Okay? You come to class because the lecturer comes to class. Let's not make our lecturers wait. Today also, you are supposed to come at 9, right? But never mind. So classes, you have to make sure that you attend. Online application for leave is available. We will make it available for you to be able to go through the website or your student portal so that you can generate your request. Okay? Next, please. We're doing online lessons, right? Online classes, you have to bear in mind also that attendance applies. Whether you come to school or go on Zoom, it's the same thing. Your attendance applies. If you are not on Zoom, your face, you are not always, you are not turning your camera on. We will have to call you out. For you to pass, you have to make sure that you do all these requirements. If there are group presentation or assignments or individual assignments or quizzes, that's 45%. 25% is for your midterm exam, and 30% is for your final exam. If you do not submit assignment 1 and 2, if you do not attend quizzes, you do not participate class, you already lose the 45%, which is a very big part of your assessment. You understand? If you miss out on your midterm exam, are you going to be able to get a receipt? Not if you don't have a valid reason. We don't have special receipt. You have to bear in mind that if you fail a module, you will not resit the module. You will not resit the exam. You will have to redo the whole module. That's a lot of thing, right? That's a lot of thing to do. Assignments, like I mentioned to you, assignments, we are very particular. As in the exam, you have to make sure that you do your own assignment. Not copying, not from your classmates, not from the internet. Once we do that, you get a 0. Once you do that, immediately you will get a 0 and you will have to redo. Okay, next. You have to bear in mind, my dear students, that any issues you have in the class, there is the lecturer. Okay? Anything unsure, you have to raise your points. You have to raise your question. Don't be scared. Don't be doubtful, because your lecturer is always there to help you. You have issues with lecturers, you can always approach any of us, the staff at ACE, especially me. We can always talk it out. Final examination, rules are no phones, no textbooks, no notes. That's why during exam, I always write on the board, time starts, what time it starts. We have to let you know that in advance also. We have to let you know when is the exam happening and what are the rules of the examination, right? And you know that. That is why we are very strict on this one, okay? Performance, you have to make sure that you have, because at ACE we maintain a GPA, grade point average. You want to go to other schools or other universities, you have to make sure that your grades meet the criteria. Okay? So for a 2.0 to 3.20, you will be a merit. Above that will be outstanding. And below 2 would be passing. So you have to, if you want to have good grades, you aim for merit and for outstanding. It means that you should be able to maintain a grade of A. Because our grade here is letter system. A, A minus, A plus, and then there is a B, B minus, B plus, C, C minus, C plus, and D. Okay? D is the passing. And that's a 57 mark. It's quite high. But you should be able to do it. All right? A lot of you are getting A's actually. And then I have to remind you too that if you want to get to other schools in the university in the US, you have to maintain, you have to get a particular TOEFL passing mark. Okay, next. Additional information, ERF, we have mentioned to you. CPE, we will be visited by CPE soon in September. We want you to also make sure that you know what you are you keep this in mind. All the information that we are sharing with you right now, it's very important that you keep that in mind. Why? Because we will have visitors on September 22 to 25. Government authorities will be coming to check our documents, our lecturers, our classes, our lessons, and our students. Attend your lessons, come to class on time, participate, because that's what we want you to do, whether we have visitors or not. You are supposed to do that. Huh? We only don't do that because we have visitors. But because we do that here at ACE, because we have the integrity, whether guests are coming or not, we have to make sure that we come to class on time, that we are honest, that we are able to attend our lessons on time. Cannot be coming late. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. All right, very good. So, we take note. Who are coming? People from CPE. What is CPE again? The Committee for Private Education is in charge. It's a school, it's a government body that is in charge to make sure that all private education institutions in Singapore follow the standard, because Singapore sets such a high standard. So schools must follow that. Okay? We are not doing this only for CPE, but because in ACE, we try to do things to ensure that our students are taken care of properly. All right? That's why you have to cooperate. We need your cooperation. All these things will be useless if you do not do your part. You have to do your part. We can only help you if you yourselves are willing to be helped. Okay? Next. All right, additional information, all other information, your student handbook. Yes, all the information, the ones that we have discussed here, are actually in your student handbooks. And these student handbooks are actually also available on our website. All other information on our website is available. And by the way, our school also conducts holistic activities. Last year, we had fun with Deepavali, Christmas celebration, and outdoor activities. Unfortunately, COVID happened this year. Early part of the year already, COVID happened. That's why we were supposed to go to Gardenia. We were supposed to expose you outside of the school. But they all said, close, cannot. We were supposed to invite speakers, but they say cannot anymore. So now, we are bringing it to the classroom. Your lecturers are giving you games to play, introducing you applications to use so that you will be enriched apart from your academic requirements, all right? Okay, the campus facilities. For the new students, you have seen our school. I hope you like our school. You have seen our facilities. We have rooms, we have the office, we have our library. Books are available for you to borrow. And sooner, our school will also keep improving. We heard you when you said you wanted to have a place for your games. We can have that. So, the school is aiming to continue to grow. The success sharing or testimonies of our successful students. I would just like to highlight to you that from 2019 to 2020, we already have at least 20 students who are now on ESPAS. And it's not easy to get ESPAS, you know, in Singapore, right? And not a lot of schools are able to provide that. It's not that the school provided the ESPAS, no. But we trained the students to enable the students to what? Yes. So what you learn is very important at ACE. What you learn at ACE is very important. Like I mentioned earlier, that's what you are going to bring outside, right? And because you are representing ACE, it's very important to us that you are successful in everything that you do. All right? So here we are sharing some of the pictures. And by the way, we have also students from ACE who successfully studied abroad. Yes, they have joined universities in the US, in Wisconsin. And then they come back here and then share with us the good news that they are going to do their master's, they are going to do their PhD. But where did they start? They started here at ACE. And we are proud to say that we trained them to be ready to go to other parts of the world to further their education. And that's why ACE is here for you, so you can start. All right? We prepared that platform for you to study elsewhere after you have graduated successfully from ACE. Okay? And then we award the certificate once you are able to complete your modules, your 6+6. If you are doing advanced diploma or diploma, we have the internship for you with an allowance, okay? Internship. So the internship allows you to prepare yourself for your what? For your next level. What is the next level? Work, right? So after the internship, some of our students were offered a job. While doing their internship, because they really, surpassed the expectations of the IA supervisors and the company, what did the companies do? Offer them the job, even before finishing the internship. Isn't that wonderful? Don't you like that to happen to you also? Yeah, so aim for that. Huh? You aim for that. Next, please. These are the people. And these are just only few that we are showing to you. There are some more. Okay? Next time, maybe we can invite them to have, to have a chat with you all and share their success stories with you. Okay, the testimonies of our students. This Yan Kai is going to the US soon. He has just finished his DAGE, Diploma in Advanced, Diploma in American General Education, and he's going to fly to the US soon to further his education. All right, the short English program, just now we were joined by our lecturer. We also have students from China, yes, from Korea, etc. And then, next please. Yeah, these are the success stories of students who flew to the US to further their education. And ACE helped them to achieve their dream. Okay, next please. Oh, look at our activities. For the Mooncake Festival, that's the one thing that we are going to have soon. Yes, to give you an experience. And if you're still around, the Deepavali celebrations, we are hoping that we will be able to take you out of the classroom to make you experience the quality of life when you talk about your experience at ACE. Let's go to the next page, please. Okay, remember that in Singapore, as well as in ACE, you have these rules. You have to bear in mind that drinking and smoking are prohibited. Yes? And littering is an offense. You have to treat your classroom as your house. Do not leave anything. Make sure that after class, you push the chairs inside. Do not leave any trash. Throw it in the proper place, in the bin. Okay? We have to maintain cleanliness in Singapore. Drug abuse is what? Punishable by law. Okay? And then, you have to make sure that all of these you're able to observe. Okay? If you follow the rules and regulations in ACE, you should also do that outside of ACE. We have to keep you reminded that, especially in your living space. Last time, Miss Pauline sent you a note, right? Reminding all of you to make sure that in your living space, you are registered. Your landlord has registered you at HDB. ACE is very serious with this because we don't want to be against the laws in Singapore also. If a student is find out that you are violating the Singapore government laws or rules and regulations, ACE will not be able to help you. You understand? So if you are missing for 7 days, let me just remind you, if you have been missing in action for 7 days, no word from you. We keep calling you, we keep SMSing you, we send you email, you don't reply, who will get you? Police. Police will come and find you because you are an international student. And when we find out that you have not been attending lessons, we will immediately, what? Alert ICA. Report your name to ICA. And ICA will have to cancel your student pass. That's why it's very important to bear this in mind. Because this is not just for ACE. This is Singapore law. And you don't want to play with Singapore law. Because Singapore is very strict. You violate their laws, you are going to face the consequences. All right. Thank you very much.